Well, it's opening night here at the Robertson Holden International Speedway, and on the cards is round one of the Quin Building SuperSaloon Series. Only 9 cars, small field, but 9 of the best. We've got the Flynn brothers from Hawke's Bay, Joe Ingram and his mates from Stratford and Down, and of course our own local driver and series sponsor Mick Quinn in the 23P with that awesome car out of the United States. Anyway, it's round one, heat number 1, Quin Building SuperSaloon Series. Let's go racing.
Steve Flynn setting the pace on the outside in the 5 car. Joe Ingram on the inside. We go green. Flynn to the lead, cuts it down and gets ahead of Ingram. Mick Quinn brings it through in the 23 for third. Then we go back to the 2NZ of Grant Flynn. Oh, we got one spun up. Chase Roder in the 33. Full race, restart. 10 laps, the distance here. Joe Ingram and Steve Flynn from the front row. Mick Quinn and Richard Drever. 79S, Richard Drever. 2NZ, Grant Flynn. And Melling off row 3. We're underway. This time Ingram gets the jump in. Oh, he gives a bit of right rear to Flynn as here comes Mick Quinn. A little bit off the pole line there, to be fair. He drops him behind Flynn. And it's Ingram that leads us through the first lap. We get it done cleanly this time. So Ingram in the 27. Flynn, that'll be Steve Flynn in the 5 in second. Then we go back to 23 of Mickey Quinn. He's putting the pressure on Steve Flynn, trying to push him wide. As Quinn's got the car hooked right down the pole line. And he goes wide. Even more does Steve Flynn, looking for some drive up high. Mick Quinn's got the car hooked on the pole line. But it's all happening up front as Joe Ingram now is playing the defence on the high and the low line. Mick Quinn still trying to push his way through. Flynn goes back around the outside. That is Steve Flynn in the 5. He's been chased down now by Grant Flynn in the 2NZ. The 2 Burger King cars attacking the high line. We've got Ingram in the stealth. And Mick Quinn! Mick Quinn gets it all crossed up, drops back to third. Steve goes through to the lead in the 5 around the outside of Quinn and Ingram in one move. Mick Quinn now, he's looking at the high line. He's looking at the high line, that USA built car, the 23P. Oh, he gets sent out to the wall by Grant Flynn. 2 laps to go. Mick Quinn now back up the inside of the 2NZ. Made that look far too easy. Dive straight away on Ingram. We're going to get the white flag this time round. Steve Flynn he's off and gone. He'll pick up the win, no doubt about it, with a lap to go. But either way, Joe Ingram has got a handful here with Mick Quinn, putting the pressure on right into turn 3. Ingram goes high, cuts it back down low. Mick Quinn on the charge. Steve Flynn takes the win. Joe Ingram pips him at the line.
Well, an impressive heat 1, and taking top honours is the 5B of Steve Flynn. 27S Joe Ingram in second, third place 23P Mick Quinn, and fourth the 2NZ of Grant Flynn. Fifth place goes to the 8S of Craig Korf, and in sixth place 95B Graham Strong.
Straight into the grids, no mucking around here. Super Saloons, heat number 2. And we go green. Flynn gets the jump. That'll be the 2NZ. Grant Flynn straight into the lead. Oh, he hooks it sideways. Almost opens the door for Rodder. Rodder slots up nicely into that second spot as Darren Melling already back into 5th position. Mick Quinn trying to slide up the inside of Corpus. Look at Chase Rodder very sideways out of turn 4. And this time Steve Flynn up the inside of Chase Rodder. Grant Flynn, the 2NZ, in lap traffic, passes Richard Drever. About to catch Darren Melling, who started alongside him on the front row of the grid, as Mick Quinn gets the job done on Craig Korf. Craig Korf almost collecting the rear of Quinn. And look at that, Grant Flynn laps the man who he started side by side with on the front row. White flag time. Grant Flynn, Mick Quinn, he gets the job done on Ingram. Up into 5th spot. But it's all about the 2NZ of Grant Flynn, who takes the win by a country mile.
Heat 2 and 2NZ Grant Flynn takes the win this time round from brother Steve 5B, backing up that first place in Heat 1. Graham Strong 95B in third. Chase Rodder 33B in fourth. Mick Quin, the 23P, in 5th, and in 6th place, Joe Ingram, 27S.
Oh, here we go. Super Saloon feature. Heat 3, 2NZ is Grant Flynn. He currently is second on points, sitting on 15. 5B is Steve Flynn, sitting on 17 points at the top of the ladder. And then it's all on here, young and old. Mick Quin, 23P. Joe Ingram, 27S, both tied there on 12 points. Graham Strong, 95, just the further 1 point back on 11. This is going to be a close one, David.
This is the one they want. This is the round one.
Drever and Strong from the front row. Your points leader off the back. Oh, Drever gets hit. And it's all on here. Oh, Mick Quin, big panel damage. Graham Strong spun up. Mick Quin's got big panel damage there on the 23 car. We've got one of the Flynns in the wall there. Looks to be the 2NZ. Strong hit Drever and spun it up in front of everyone. Mick Quin's going to rejoin. He is. So we've lost both our front row sitters. So really, it comes down to Steve Flynn, Mick Quin and Joe Ingram. Remembering that Mick Quin and Joe Ingram are tied up on points here. Effectively now for second. And we go green. Race starts. Craig Korf to the inside. Look at Mick Quin round the outside. Goes to 23. The two old boys at the front showing how it's done. Here comes Steve Flynn though. The 5B, your points leader. He will, finishing this race, take the round. Mick Quin leading the race. Looks like he'll sew up second in the title. Oh, look at the wheel stance there from Joe Ingram. He's got the stealth lifting too. Through the corners. The insides, the left front and left rear, David, both picking up on that stealth of Joe Ingram. Yep, Flynn. Steve Flynn goes to second. Craig Korf drops back to third. Chase Rodder doing a great job of holding off Joe Ingram.
Look at Mick Quin though. He's just gone.
Quin Building SuperSaloon leading the race. He'll finish up second in the Quin Buildings SuperSaloon round 1. Of course, this race is also brought to us by Quin Buildings. Korf goes wide. Rodder has a look. He's not got enough pace as Mickey Quin takes the white flag. One to go. Flynn's actually been reeled back into it there by Korf. The lead, second place lead anyway. But Mick Quin, no doubt about his win.
Well, a fair bit of action in that third heat, but it's 23P Mick Quin that comes away with the win from 5B Steve Flynn, 8S Craig Korf, 33B Chase Rodder, and 27S Joe Ingram. Well, tonight's round 1 overall results see Steve Flynn taking the win with a first and 2 seconds. Series sponsor Mick Quin, 23P, in second, and out of Stratford in the Stealth Engineering Machine, 27S Joe Ingram. Well, we've headed over the hill to the Sunny Hawke's Bay and we're at Meeanee Speedway for their opening night at round 2 of the Quin Building SuperSaloon Series. Just a small field again of 9 cars, but we know that they can turn the action on if last night was anything to go by at the Robertson Holden International Speedway. We've lost the 8S of Craig Korf, but we've gained the ever impressive 46M Matt Smith. Well, here we are back at Meeanee Speedway. It's actually round 2 of the Quin Building SuperSaloon Series as well. And I've got with me series sponsor and the man who was runner-up in round 1 last night at Palmerston Speedway, Mick Quin. Mick, mate, small field, 9 cars, but still a very impressive, very competitive field last night at Palmerston Speedway.
Yeah, it was, and the track was very good, and the cars were quite even, so I think some of the racing was pretty good.
That first race, your car seemed to just, all night to be fair, stuck to that pole line. It worked wonders. It was almost like watching the Cowlings out there, but just a more impressive version in yourself. How'd you find it straight out the box there?
Yeah, no, we were happy with the car, and like I say, the track was good. The car was good. We can run it anywhere we want, but we seem to be able to perhaps make a bit more ground on the pole line when the guys wash out a little bit, But yeah, we're happy to just run wherever we've got to run, you know. But Palmy's a narrow track too, so you got to be a little careful that fence can bite you in a hurry.
That's the one. Heat 2, it seemed a bit more difficult. Obviously, starting near the back, it just looked like it was a bit more difficult to make the moves like you were in Heat 1. Was that due to track change or just purely the way the car was set up for what it was meant to do?
No, really, that was the track, and I was talking to one of the other drivers about that tonight. They'd actually watered it probably a little much, and for about the first 4 laps, the track was quite greasy, which, you know, possibly you can't see that if you're sitting there watching, especially down by the inner pole line on the straights. And yeah, I got on there once and got all out of shape, so just one of those things, you know.
And then the third heat, bit of a collision there with the Flynns, one of the Flynns, and I think it was Graham Strong at the time. You pulled to the infield. Were you a bit unsure how the steering was handling, or just saw the panel flaring up in the front?
Well, I wasn't sure how much damage we'd got when, you know, they got together in front. We kind of left with nowhere to go, and then everyone was piling in there, and I thought, well, so I lined it up with a big screen so I could have a look on the screen, and that's what I was doing, seeing on the screen how it looked, and it looked all right, so I thought, well, I'll go for a drive around and see that it's steering and turning and, you know, doing all those things, and felt all right, so I went for it, yeah.
That's years of experience just playing in there, isn't it, parking up by the screen?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's handy to have those big screens here like that, for, you know.
And so round 2 tonight at Meeanee Speedway, how do you fare around here? How does the car usually hook up?
Oh, the car goes good anywhere, really. It's fast. It's just sometimes in traffic can be a little bit of a handful because the rear steers work best when you can keep on the gas the whole time, which obviously you can't always do that. You know, sometimes you've got to lift, obviously, or you're going to run through people. So, but yeah, no, this track is a good track, and, you know, I don't envisage any great problems tonight. Yeah.
So how many years have you had this car? Because this is the car from memory out of the States, yeah?
Yeah, this is the second year. This is the one we had built in South Carolina by Barry Wright, and yeah, so
persevering along nicely. It's doing the things you want it to do.
Yeah, it is. It's doing exactly what we want to do, and, you know, it's different, and I mean, it's the way the class will go eventually. Pete Dixon's running one now, one of the Pro X, you know, one of Morris's cars, and they've got one in Tauranga now, so they ran that last night. So, you know, at the end of the season there'll be a few more out there too.
10 laps the distance. Heat 1 for Super Saloons, round 2 underway. Great jump by Chase Rodder. Gets a nudge from Smith from behind, and he fires it through the infield, rejoins at the back. And Graham Strong gets the runaway, but up the inside, having a look, it'll be the 5, Steve Flynn. Matt Smith to the outside.
So the former New Zealand champion Steve Flynn's made a fantastic charge through the field. Early stages of this race, Matt Smith is slotted into third place there. Here comes the 2NZ of Grant Flynn.
As Joe Ingram's also using the high line, the 27 Stealth Machine, making his way through, trying to get on to the back of the 2NZ, but meanwhile at the front, the 5, Steve Flynn round the outside, makes it look way too easy against Graham Strong. Strong comes back at him, but Flynn, he's going to have momentum out of turn 2. The 5 holds on to it. Mick Quin, he's managed to get past Drever now, and he's got his set firmly on Joe Ingram. They finish second and third in round 1. They'll be wanting to keep their podium positions, maybe move off. Quin up the inside of Ingram now out of turn 4.
What a fantastic pass that was from the mighty Mick Quin up the inside of Joe Ingram.
Still though, Steve Flynn pulling away from Graham Strong now in the 5B car. Matt Smith, he's trying to slip his way through because he's got Grant Flynn breathing down his neck now.
Here comes Matt Smith. He goes good around here, and he's got the pass done on Graham Strong. Next up is Grant Flynn. What can Graham Strong do? Former New Zealand champion in this class. It's going to be close down at turns 1 and 2. Flynn to the inside, the 2NZ. See if he can make a pass on Graham Strong as they come down the back straight.
No, I can't quite get the nose down the inside just yet, but 1 to go this time round for Steve Flynn in the 5B. Now Grant Flynn looks to the inside, hauls it up. Graham Strong doing well to hold on to that third placing. The dust is flying. Mick Quin, is he going to make one dive? No, he doesn't. Grant Flynn looks to the inside of 95. Steve takes the win.
Taking out Heat 1 and picking up where he left off last night, the 5B, Steve Flynn, taking the first race from the 46M of Matt Smith. Third goes to the 95B of Graham Strong. 2NZ, Grant Flynn in fourth. In fifth place, Mick Quin, 23B. And in sixth place, 27S, Joe Ingram.
It is the Quin Buildings SuperSaloon Series round number 2. Mick Quin himself out there in the 23P. Joe Ingram will set the pace in that stealth chassis built by Mark Osborne, the Big Mac. Leads us round, we go racing. Ingram trying to hold that outside line, and the 2NZ Grant Flynn will keep him up there, and Flynn looks like he's squeezed himself into the lead. He has. Mick Quin into third.
2NZ takes the lead as we complete lap number 1. A few handling issues for a couple of the drivers there. Joe Ingram slots into second place. The mighty Mick Quin into third now, and here comes Richard Drever into fourth. Graham Strong in the 95s hustling hard on the outside. And look out, here comes Chase Rodder from the back now.
Yep, Mick Quin now looking to make a way through on Joe Ingram. Can he ever dive into turn number 3? He does. Ingram's got it sideways. Mick Quin flicks it round out of 4. Ingram's got the drive. Can Mick Quin get up the inside? Oh, he uses a bit of the infield. Head to button off. Ingram holding it up high. Keeps the position for now.
So perhaps a wee touch of the brake there to back out of it. Perhaps some common sense came to prevail there for Mick Quin, but that thing is absolutely chomping at the bit to get past Joe Ingram. There's a few holes in the track, so he'll be trying to avoid those as much as possible. But it is Grant Flynn that leads the way. The 2NZ, Joe Ingram in second.
Mick Quin in third, and the 5 of Steve Flynn has made his way through into fourth place. Richard Drever holding off Rodder. Here we go now, Joe Ingram and Mick Quin. Oh, there was a bit of wheel over that pole line, but either way, look at the gap he's already pulled on Ingram. Oh, no, we've got a leader. The leader's got it sideways. Mick Quin's now the race leader.
What a run for Mick Quin. Grant Flynn, Steve just got it all wrong.
Into third. 1 to go for Mickey Quin.
What a change of fortune for Mick Quin. He's finally got that car on rails.
Sets it up nice. Oh, he goes very wide into the corner. I thought he wasn't going to haul it up. He realises where the ruts were, drives it wide and gets it through, takes the win.
What a race.
Awesome run there.
Heat 2 and an impressive win for 23P Mick Quin. Second place to 27S Joe Ingram. Third to the 5B of Steve Flynn. Fourth, 33B Chase Rodder. Fifth goes to the 95B of Graham Strong. And featuring on our placing board the first time this series, 79S Richard Drever.
Let's go racing. Steve Flynn with a huge jump off the start. Mick Quin took the dive. He couldn't get it done though, and Drever in the outside line has just gone for all money.
Yeah,
Drever gets left behind.
Didn't even hit the gas when they hit the line.
No, he didn't. I see the front panels missing off the Graham Strong car already. The 95 started the race like that. And look at this, Mick Quin, Joe Ingram looking to find a way past the 79 of Drever. Meanwhile, out in front though, Steve Flynn, the 5B car. Has the lead. Matt Smith's going to make a move up the inside though in the 46.
Steve Flynn's trying to make it 2 wins from 3 starts.
Oh, he won't get it this time, I don't think, at the moment, because Matt Smith just pulled into the lead in the 46 out of Bay Park.
Smith out in front is 4 tenths quicker than Flynn in second place. Flynn, he's just struggling a little bit. Graham Strong's matching his pace and might even get a run to the inside for second.
It's drag race into turn 1. I think Strong's just got the nose in front now. Yes, he does, according to ELS. And he pulls the car in front of the 5B.
Yeah, you don't see that too often. Nice drive.
Chase Rodder's now getting amongst it. He's got the nose up the inside of the 5 car.
That was a smart line.
Chase Rodder is pushing Steve for position.
Grant Flynn's still buried at the back of the pack in the 2NZ Burger King car.
3 to go for Matt Smith out of Bay Park, the 46M car.
He's checking out.
Graham Strong in second. Chase Rodder now looking very racy. Almost poked it up the inside of both Flynn and Strong.
Steve Flynn's going to make the run on the outside. The number 5 Burger King car. Still searching for something in the second place position, but Graham Strong's running a really nice pole line in the 95 car.
The white flag's out, it's 1 to run.
2 wide for second and third.
Matt Smith, providing he can keep it circulating, will take the win.
He's
But
made
it's
a
on
non-race
here
of it.
for second and third. Graham Strong still holding out Steve Flynn. Is Chase going to have one last dive out of the corner? No, he's not. Steve Flynn, Graham Strong gets it.
Heat 3, and it was 46M. Matt Smith taking the win from the 95B of Graham Strong. Steve Flynn, the 5B, with another third placing. Another fourth placing as well for the 33 of Chase Rodder. Richard Drever scores a 5th place, and 27S Joe Ingram 6th place. So Steve Flynn dominates once again, a 1st and 2/3 this time, and he tops the overall points for round number 2. 46M Matt Smith finishes up in 2nd overall, and in 3rd overall for round number 2, 95B Graham Strong. And the overall points for the Quin Building SuperSaloon Series for Labour Weekend see Steve Flynn with 2 rounds, 2 wins, taking the overall series honours. 5B Steve Flynn at the top once again. 2nd place, Mick Quinn, series sponsor, 23P, picking up that 2nd placing. And 3rd equal, 27S Joe Ingram and 95B Graham Strong. Well, there you go, folks. Another Quin Building SuperSaloon Series done for another year, and it just shows that you don't need the big fields to have some quality action-packed racing in the SuperSaloon class.